sometimes you just have to say enough is enough, and that's kind of the point that me and probably 75% of the Commando's player base is at right now. First off, you may be thinking, oh, it's because of hacks. Hacks have always been bad. It's not that big of a deal. We can deal with that, hackers. No, that's not really it. I mean, yeah, hacks are bad, but they've always been bad. I mean, the Commando's hacks have always been out, really bad, overpowered, stupid. No, to understand how the game has changed and how it upsets people, you have to know what the game was like when it first came out. When it first came out, the game was new, it was fresh, it was fun. But since then, as it grew in player base, as a lot of people have said, more people join, game gets bigger, Nexon decides, hey, we can make some money with this. So they slowly start adding new guns, new overpowered items, such as the P90, then the FAMAS, and then the M416 and its NX variant, the M416 CQB. But that wasn't really a big deal. The FAMAS, the P90, the M416 CQB, the M416, they're all kind of pretty much welcomed by the player base. It wasn't that overpowered. The GP M416 was pretty much the same as the M416 CQB, not that big of a deal. Then Nexon decided, hey, I know what we can do. We can add some very overpowered stuff into the game that you have to be a really high level to get, or you have to dish out a bunch of money to buy. Like, oh no, let's see, give them special guns, special outfits. We can call them specialists. Yeah, there we go. And then specialists were born. But the game was still fun. It was still interesting. It was still pretty much new. So we kind of dealt with the specialists, the claymores, the M32, the noob guns, because we still like the game. And at some point in time, I don't remember quite what it was, I think it was before the specialist, they decided, hey, we can make money, let's add bonus EXP and GP passes. So, but no, I mean, they never really said it, but everyone knew during one of those, events where you get bonus XP, they minimized the EXP and GP rate, just so you'll basically want to buy EXP and GP passes to be able to play the game and to rank up. We all knew they did it. It was just kind of an unspoken thing we knew, but still wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, you could still just play the game and had pretty much fun. But then Nexon got bored of how the game looked. They were like, let's take this game with this awesome, amazing old HUD that, looks just like an arcade kind of feel, not like any other FPS game, and let's turn it into something new and something fresh and just like all the other FPSs. And that is what they did. They made the game just look ugly like all the other FPSs, and no one really liked it. So they slowly changed it, not to what it used to be, but just bearable, so people wouldn't cry as much. But I mean, who really cared about that? I mean, most of the time when you're playing the game, you're in a game. You didn't really care about the lobby or the shop or anything. I mean, you're there for like 4 seconds while you buy stuff, and then you're back into the game. So, I mean, the game was still fun. It wasn't that bad, so it wasn't that big of a deal. Until Nexon started releasing NX-only guns, such as the Rec 7. I mean, people were kind of upset, but then again, it wasn't that big of a deal. The Rec 7 was actually a pretty bad gun. No one really cared. But then they released the MG36, and I mean, that was a bit of a bigger deal because it was the only MG at the time with a scope. But still, I mean, there's no one really cared that much. I mean, they were mad for a little bit and then they got over it. I mean, no one really brings MGs into elimination anyway because the recoil, so yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal. But then, as my friend Holy Mushroom Reviews calls it, the sniper, one-hit kill sniper arm race. And I mean, that wasn't really that big of a deal. The only one-hit kill sniper at the time was the L9. And it was pretty balanced because of its really bad accuracy compared to its counterpart, the M24, with really high accuracy, but it's a two-hit kill sniper. But then out comes the M107 CQ. Double scope, semi-automatic, one-hit kill sniper. But it wasn't that big of a deal because it had really high recoil and it wasn't a fully semi, like you would shoot it, like it took some time to be able to shoot again and you had to readjust your scope because of the high recoil. Then we have the L11, and again, that wasn't that big of a deal. It was just a little bit better than the L9, so no one really, I mean, they didn't really care that much because it was pretty much the same as the L9, just a tad bit better. Then the M200, but that was like one of the most welcomed sniper, because I mean everyone wanted that gun in the game. It was the intervention from Call of Duty. Yeah, I mean everyone was pretty happy with that, because everyone always wanted that gun in the game. And this is kind of when people really started getting upset when they added the DSR. One of the fastest bolt action snipers. You can pull the bolt back really fast and be able to shoot again. One hit kill, high accuracy, sniper rifle. That was pretty. At the time, it was the most overpowered sniper ever. Everyone was mad about that. But then again, then Nexon decided, hey, whatever. Who cares if the community is upset? Let's release another gun like that. So they released the TPG. Pretty much the same as the DSR. Then a little bit later, the TRG. And the game started dying then. That's when I believe the game did pretty much die. But I still played now and then. A lot of people still played. I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. I mean, it was a big deal, but you could still snipe. It wasn't that bad. You had people with really overpowered snipers against you. What happened to those people that bought the L9 when it came out, which was the best sniper at the time? Now they have to compete with people with WA2000s or TPGs or DSRs or TRGs. They usually lose. Don't get me wrong, you can still do really good with an L9. I still do really good with the L9, but just it's not as easy to kill people as other guns. Then the worst update I feel that came out. The Gun Emporium, which brought us guns such as the Guitar Gun, the Alien Pistol, the Squirt Gun, the Toy Gun, Holiday Gun. I mean, it was just so stupid. I mean, they took this game and they basically wanted to see how much of a kid game they can make it before people got pissed off. And we did. A lot of people really did get pissed off. But then again, you had those 12-year-olds who were like, yeah, guys, look, I have a squirt gun that can kill people. And in this part, I use, in all the pieces of this video, I put the gun in order. In this part, I really didn't, because they're all bad in my opinion. There was not a good one. And then they let you upgrade or customize guns that are already overpowered, like the SOT mod or the P9 TRC or stuff like that. And they made them even more powerful than they already were, which was just ridiculous in my opinion. You already have a P90. How much more overpowered can you get it? Apparently not overpowered enough for Nexon. Then, a little bit after the Gun Emporium, the June status update came out. And they don't do these anymore. These used to be about like how Nexon thought the game was going and a way they could talk to the player base. They don't do those anymore because Nexon knows the game is trash. Anyway though, I couldn't find anywhere where I could actually find exactly what it said except for the CBL, because they posted on the CBL. So here's basically what it said, the images I captured. You may want to pause the video and read these. Here's pretty much everything. I also put a link to the forum post on CBL of what it actually said. So first off, they're saying they have zero tolerance for hackers. We'll get back to that because that is complete BS. They say they quote-unquote fixed melee shifting, and at that time they did not fix it. It was not until just a few months ago they actually fixed it. Then they were talking about the Gun Emporium and how they noticed that so many people were upset about it, and that Gun Emporium was not responsible for the lag, even though since the Gun Emporium people were lagging hard. And then they talked about the guitar gun and how, oh, the guitar gun was just a joke, something funny like the turkey leg, or disappointed everyone about getting upset with it. Just stupid. I mean, first they add stuff nobody likes, and then they get mad at the player base for being upset with stuff that they added. And it was just really stupid of Nexon to even think about doing that. But I mean, still, it was a pretty big deal. I mean, the game was seriously going down the drain. But this part wasn't even the worst of how the game is gone. There was a bunch more stuff. But then let's get into this zero tolerance for hackers, quote unquote. There was forum posts on MPGH and other hack sites all over the place. When you type in Google how to get your account unbanned, these things will pop up just telling you basically how to get your account unbanned. There's countless images too of people sending in tickets like, I'm sorry, Mike, for hacking. Please unban me. And then their account gets unbanned. Like, really? I mean, really? So, I mean, they say they have quote-unquote zero tolerance for hackers, but in reality they really don't. They say they do, they don't. But yet, a lot of people still get banned for stupid stuff like using Fraps or other third-party programs that are not hacks, but like Fraps or Game Booster stuff, because they think those are hacks, but yet running around OPKing people isn't a hack. What? Here's an example of one of the forum posts. Again, I'll be putting the link for this forum post, the entire forum post, in the description of this video if you decide, hey, I actually want to read it. Or just, there's images all over the place of conversations with Nexon staff where they unban your account. Ugh, Nexon is so gullible. And ever since, I've played Combat Arms, everyone's known that Nexon has been in quote-unquote second chances. You get banned once, you send a ticket, they'll pretty much unban you. Which is stupid, but, go to CBL, go to, the, main page where it has the most reported players. Half of these players on the most reported have been here for ages. Like one of them has been here for I don't even know, year or 2-3 years, and he's not banned. He's not banned. He's been here for he's been playing the game for 2009. There's millions of reports on CBL, and he's not banned yet. All the clan blood brothers, everybody in the Combat Arms community knows they hack power level. Nexon doesn't do anything about them. Why, you may ask? Because they buy NX. If you buy NX, you're giving money to Combat Arms, the community, Nexon. Well, not the community, but Nexon. They aren't gonna ban you. You're making them money. Don't even get me started on doors and epics. Those things are just ridiculous. And then the tiny player base Combat has left, they decide to mess it up even more by making a max FPS rate of 67. No one can get above 67 FPS now, because they're trying to quote unquote fix crouch spamming. And then they have that, and then now they're making it impossible to make GP pretty much. The new update for GP is they're taking out pretty much everything, every way to make GP, quote unquote, phasing out GP gain methods, where you can no longer get EXP passes, EXP passes from gray cases, black cases, being removed. Even from the shop, you can't get them. EXP passes from daily jobs, gone. GP hazard cases, gone. Spoil of wall ability, gone. MVP GP boost, gone. Throwback weapons like NX guns for GP, no longer available. Removing GP boost from servers, that's going away too. Making all the games that give you pretty much decent GP, those are not going to be giving you good rate of GP anymore. So basically now they're going to make the game as quote unquote free to play, but in actuality it's pay to play. You have to pay to be able to play this game now if you want to actually get guns. And that's basically it. I mean, Combat Arms is dead, and just this update I'm talking about right now, I'm pretty sure Nexon's trying to kill their own game. Anyway, I'm done. It was a long rant, and someone had to say it though. Combat Arms' stupidity and just trying to ruin their own game is ridiculous. Anyway, thanks for watching this 13 minute video or whatever it is. Peace.